Hey you guys, so between running a home, business, and ministry, good Lord, I have not had a chance to get my own hair done. I just took my braids out, but my goal with my hair growth, in case I never mentioned this, and this is so random because this is an earring video, right? My goal is to grow my hair all the way down as long as I can get it to the middle of my back. So I'm super excited. Tonight I'm going to be sharing with you some incredibly cute earrings for the fall. At least I think they're cute, and I say that all the time. Who am I? I'm Garlinda Price. I'm a wife, a pastor, a mom, a business owner, and a creative. So let's get started. Love you guys. Hey you guys, so let's get going with this particular project. So listen, how many of you all are in the mood for fuzzy sweaters? I know I'm not rushing summertime, but I'm just saying technically like fall is my favorite time of year. I love oversized sweaters and leggings, booties, all kinds of good stuff. I don't like pumpkin spice. I know, don't judge me, I just don't like it. So I'm gonna use a whole variety of colors, and what we're gonna do is just paint like a confetti type design on the base of the earrings, because we're gonna randomly position all the little puffs, but we still want the base to have a really pretty color. So that's what we're gonna do. So I have all these colors out. You already know I use Craft Smart paint. That's the inexpensive paint at Michael's, I think. And then, or AC, excuse me, AC Moore when they were open, and I love the Americana Deco art. So getting ready to just put all these colors together. I'm gonna shake them up. I'm gonna be using just a little regular little paint pot. Of course, you're gonna need some earring findings. You're gonna need jump rings and head pins if you wanna hang them a little bit and let them dangle. And then I've already drilled the holes. I have the Dremel light. I got it from Lowe's. It was $49.99, and I used the 5/4 inch drill bit for those of you that are wondering. And then you're also gonna need just your tools that you can get from Dollar Tree or Michael's. These are pretty heavy. I don't know how heavy the ones at the Dollar Tree are, but from what people have shared, they look pretty nice to me. And then of course you're gonna need some paint brushes. I'm gonna use, no, I'm not gonna use that one. You're gonna want a fluffy brush because we're gonna basically dot the paint on this way. The only reason I don't want to use this particular brush is because it's a real hair brush and it sheds, and I'm gonna be messing with trying to get the hairs off the design. So we're not gonna use that one, but I do have another fluffy synthetic brush we're gonna use. So let's get started. I'm gonna get all the paint put out on the plate, and then we're gonna get going. Okay, so here we are right here. We got all our paints just kind of in like a little cute little flower design. And now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start with one pair. I'm gonna start with the round pair. Y'all may hear some game highlights in the background. That's my husband over there. Although I said I'm doing a video. So any little brush will do. I'm gonna use this sweet little brush. It's synthetic. I'm not gonna have to worry about stuff getting all over the place. And then we're just gonna be taking paint and randomly placing it around. No rhyme or reason, but when you start to see your paint get muddled, meaning start becoming one color, then that's when you want to rinse the brush off, because I'm not rinsing the brush right now. Marvin, turn that down just a little bit, please. Sorry. So you just want to keep doing that until you see the paint getting, like mine is getting just a little bit muddled, but I'm going to see how much further I can go before I have to wash the brush off. Or at least wipe it off. So let's do that. How was y'all's day? I mean, I feel like this week is flying by. I'm super excited about the fall season. I mean, I know people are like, there's no football, there's no sports, but there's so much that we can do and enjoy as a family. Miriam and I were talking about hopefully during the fall going to the mountains. I've never been to the mountains of North Carolina, or at least, and I'm from North Carolina, but at least as a child, I believe we went, but I haven't been as an adult. Well, let me take that back. We went to Black Mountain or something a few years back, and it was really beautiful. But when I tell you it was cold like none other, it was freezing. So this is looking pretty good. I do feel like I need to wash my brush, but I'm gonna rinse it off and see how far I can go without getting it muddled with colors. But I'm thinking that I might need to, let's see, because see how you can't tell, but it's gray kind of mixed in there, but let's see what I can get done on these before having to do that. I mean, and this is really pretty. Like, we could leave it like this as a design and not put any of the little puffs on there, right? I mean, I think that's really pretty, but that is not what we're doing tonight. We are doing puffs. Another project I wanted to do was paint a design on my purse that I have. It's a white pocketbook, and I was gonna give it away and donate it, but because I don't like white purses per se. But I'm like, no, let's just design it. So yeah, so I see that this is turning gray, even though it's pretty, but I want to keep all the colors bright, so I'm gonna go rinse the brush off a bit. I decided to show y'all the big brush that I pulled out to use so I could cover more ground. And y'all, look how big it is, and it is doing the job. Oh, so good, so yummy. These are really pretty, but I was almost tempted to say, ugh, let's not put the puffs on them because they came out so pretty, but we're gonna do puffs. So I'm gonna clean the brush off, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna let these dry, and I'm gonna use that clear Elmer's glue from the other day that I told you I didn't like. It actually is great at drying. It's my mom's. It's my Miriam's paint. So I'm gonna borrow and use that. And that's how we're gonna apply the puffs, because I don't wanna use E6000. I mean, I don't think that's necessary for those puffs. So I think the Elmer's glue will do perfect. Although it won't take longer to dry. I think the E6000 glue would take longer to dry. So let's put these last few touches on here. So get you a big chunky brush, so that way it won't take so long to cover everything. You can cover more ground. And so after the front dries, then what we're gonna do is we can put the puffs on then, or we can paint the backs. But I think the fronts are gonna take a bit of a time to dry, only because I put a pretty thick layer. Look how pretty those are. They are beautiful. Look. Love it. And so of course a lot of this is going to be covered up, but I just feel like you want to have a really pretty underneath section. I mean, literally these could be your earring designs. These are gorgeous. These remind me of April's earrings a little bit, so shout out to her. Shout out to all of you all. I love your comments. I love that we get to talk and you all share feedback. I appreciate that. So we have all little puffs. We're going to sit out while these are drying. I'll set these out, and then we'll be back. I want to really paint the sides of these, but I'll probably do that off camera or when we go to paint the backs, okay? Stand by. Hey, you guys, so I know it took me a week to get this one done. You already know the deal, so we won't even talk about it. I'm Garlinda Price. I am a broker and owner of Fusion Properties LLC here in North Carolina. I also own a coaching business and a couple of online businesses. So I'm a wife, a mom, an author, all those great things, blah, 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 right? But I tell you that because God has called me to marketplace ministry. And so one thing that the Lord told me to do when he told me to come over to YouTube was to teach. And so you already know, if you're not new to my channel, that I teach jewelry making. And I literally wish I could do this every Tuesday and Thursday, which is my goal. But what ends up happening is, you know, business comes first. And so I started this video of making these earrings. And what we're doing is we're gonna be adding these super cute, you already know, pom-poms in several different colors. We're making fall earrings. Some of them are jumping off the table. And we're just making little fall earrings. I'm gonna take the string off of there. And I just felt like these would be so super cute to wear with a sweater, like with an off-the-shoulder sweater, a cable knit sweater and leggings and just some wubbies, just something to get us toasty and ready for the fall. So what I did, you already know, is I painted all these bases. I went on and painted the backs as well. I've already drilled a hole using my Dremel light I got from Lowe's. My husband bought it for me. I'm gonna use the Elmer's glue washable clear. I thought that I wasn't gonna like this glue, but I ended up using it on the earrings that you potentially saw me make in my video, where I used wooden pieces and toothpicks to make some super cool earrings. My goal, I pray, is to get those things uploaded into the store before Christmas time. It's just been so busy. I was just telling my husband the other day, You know, but you probably know too, are your children back in school? So like my son is in college, about 35, 40 minutes away. And so because he's just getting his level 3 license, I've been having to drive back and forth several times a day to take him to college, which means I've been working from the car. I've been working from Zaxby's. Like, thank God, I don't know what we did before technology or what I would do without a phone. Then rushing back to get my high school student, my daughter. And showing houses. Oh my gosh, can you imagine just running. And I said, God, you know what? This is what I asked for, right? I asked you to bless me to be with my son through college, through his college years. And so he's done that. God, y'all, we got to watch what we asked for. I didn't expect it to be so much running, but I'm honored, like, to be a mom, and I'm honored to be here with you. And so my prayer is to get all the new earrings that we've made, to get the hooks on them and get them uploaded into our Etsy store. I will put the link to our Etsy store. There's over 75, I think, or 74 items in there right now, but tons more to be added in there. I think at least another 15 pairs of earrings, plus these beauties. I'm talking too much. Skip past all that jibber jabber. So let's start gluing. So again, I painted the fronts and backs with random colors, random pops of colors. And so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna glue the little balls down. Now, I don't really have an idea of what I wanna do so far because I have random puffs. I got these from Michael's, I think, but Dollar Tree also has these. Now, it doesn't have a price on here of how much they cost. Oh, these are Crafter Square. So some of these came from the Dollar Tree and some came from Michael's. So you just have to decide what you want yours to look like and what design you want them to be. So I'm gonna mess around with a couple of designs, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna begin to glue them down, okay? One thing I will add about these dots is they pick up dust, right? So one thing you're gonna have to do is make sure they are laid down. I mean, that they're not against a bunch of dusty stuff as you in your closet or wherever you keep your earrings, because it will pick up and attract dust. So what I'm doing right now is just placing some of the little random puffs to see, you know, just the color and the design. Do I like what I'm putting together? Blah, blah, blah. So that's what you want to do, is just figure out what you want your design to be. And they don't have to all match perfectly. I mean, because they're multicolored, so it's not gonna matter. So let's see. So one thing the Lord told me to do today is to steal away, just quietly to myself. He said through a prophet that he has some things he wants to share with me. So I have to get together today. I want to get this done for you so I can share this video, and then I want to be able to go on that ride, be obedient to the Lord, and then cook some delicious food for my family. And just try to rest before a busy week. What are you doing today for just self-care for yourself, or things for you and your family? And thank you for all of you that always comment and you know, just talk to me and share with me what's going on with you, because the Lord really called me to start this channel for you, and just to be a voice. And so I'm honored to do that and to be that. So what I'm doing is trying to make sure they match, even though they're not matching color, but just matching layout. So these little things are tricky. So that's kind of what I want it to look like, although I need to match them up along the edges, but this is the way to get started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pour the glue. I'm gonna pour it all over the base. I'm gonna let you watch me do that. And then from there, we'll just start adding the puffs. I just wanted to kind of randomly set out a design, although it's not etched in stone. So let's clean them off, wipe them off right quick, because these things, Lord, they also pick up hair too. So you'll see me picking stuff off of them. Like, they just seem to find stuff everywhere. I'm like, where are you picking up stuff from? So we're just gonna open up the glue, and I'm just gonna smear all around using the nozzle end of the glue. And this glue, what I like about it, which is what I thought I didn't like about it before, is it doesn't dry super fast. So it gives you time to work with it. Just be sure not to cover up your hole up there where your earring hook is gonna be. So let's glue one at a time. So fluff it out, and then you'll be able to fluff them out again after everything dries. So I'm just gonna sit them down. Aren't these the cutest? These things make me happy. You know what they remind me of? The Lorax. How many of y'all have seen the Lorax? I had never seen the Lorax because we had a movie player in my other car before I got the car that I have now. I had a Chevy Traverse and it had a movie player in it. And I could listen to it because the kids would be watching it in the back seat, but I had never seen it. That movie was so funny and weird all at the same time, but I loved all the little fluffs. So my hole is up there up top, so I want to make sure to avoid covering that up. And again, it doesn't look like the glue is drying fast, but I'm just gonna put some glue down in there extra around just to make sure it doesn't dry up on us. And I'm just randomly placing them. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press them down to make sure, you know, they don't move. And remember I told you, they're gonna collect dust and things like that. So you wanna make sure to clean them off before you place them. But I have a pair I was gonna show you and they are so dusty, so I gotta figure out how to clean them off, but I will show them anyway. So I'm just gonna hold these up. I'm trying to see where the hole is on here. I don't have my glasses on. But anyway, look how cute they are. And they are so light, super lightweight. Oh, the hole is up there. So I'm gonna press them down. I'm also gonna fill in because I noticed that there's room for one more little puff up there. Well, at least I thought there was. Let's see. Okay. So that's what it's gonna look like hanging from the ear. I just personally think it's super cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's glue this one down too. So we're gonna put all our glue out using a nozzle. I don't have a clue where we got this glue from. I don't know. My daughter picked it up, so I'm thinking we might have gotten it from Michael's because she was making slime at one point, and so she was testing out some different glues and stuff. She wasn't making slime to sell. She was just making slime randomly in her room, and when I tell you making a mess everywhere, I can't tell you how many times we had to shampoo the carpet. Well, my husband did. And because she's an artist, so her room looks like the room of an artist, and stuff was everywhere. So let's start gluing down our little Whovilles. This just reminds me of a Dr. Seuss earring. I don't know, do you think that? That's what it feels like to me. So I'm gonna do my best to match it up to what it looks like over here. And I'm not gonna try to do that perfectly or anything like that. But as best I can. Keeping in mind that the hole is up top, okay? Plus it's gonna depend on how many of the puffs that you have that match. I mean, you should have a pretty decent amount to be able to match up, you know, your earring sets, but don't obsess over it if you don't, because who's gonna sit and count the balls and say, oh, you don't have the same number of pink puffs as you do yellow puffs? Nobody's gonna do that, and if they do, like, they're not well, right? Just my thought process. Hold on, I need to cut one of these off this string. So just to have peace in my day today, I've already figured out what I'm going to cook. Because like I said, I have to go on a ride for the Lord and I need to go be quiet. And I have been quiet a lot. And that's also what takes me so long, you know, to do the videos, is because, you know, the Lord puts me in a quiet place, which is strange to some people. And I used to try to explain it, but what I realized is the Word of God already explains it. It says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. It says we're a peculiar people, a royal priesthood, right? So there's just some quirks I have as a woman of God that make me different from everybody else, just like you do. And so I get really quiet. So I come on here to do videos. I do my work every day talking to people, but I spend very little time on the phone. just because that's the place that the Lord has me in. And so I don't get to have a lot of personal conversations. So there we are. And that may seem weird to some people, but at the same time, I have to be obedient to God and honor God. And that doesn't always, it seems strange to people. But, you know, what are some things that God has you do that are kind of strange, but he sets me off to myself? And, you know, the one thing that people may not know about God, or may not know about Jesus, was he spent time alone in the garden often. That's why it wasn't strange that they found him in the Garden of Gethsemane when Judas came to betray him, right? It wasn't strange that he was in the garden because he often went off into the garden or off into the mountaintop by himself. Yesterday, my sister, I had asked her to pray for me because some things had happened last week. And I said, you know what, today I don't need you to be my sister. I need to inquire of a prophet, right? You know, we can do that. We can ask prophets, hey, those that the Lord tells us to go talk to, I need to inquire of you. And I'm asking if you'll seek the Lord on my behalf to give me a word. That's what kings did, right, in the Bible. I'm not calling myself a king. I'm just saying that's what people did in biblical days, was they would say, hey, isn't there a prophet in the land? And they would go and seek a prophet to see what thus saith the Lord. That's not witchcraft. I'm talking to a prophet. Because it says in Amos, I think it's Amos 3, but you have to look it up. The Lord said, I don't reveal anything in the earth realm except I first reveal it to my servants, the prophets, right? So the Lord is going to reveal what he's going to do and about to do to his prophets. And so therefore they can educate and confirm and tell us, you know, what thus saith the Lord and what's going to happen. And so I trust my sister in that aspect. So sorry about that, y'all. So when I called her, I was trying to get some doodads and stuff off of those. So when I called her, she was just sharing with me what the Lord was saying. And she said that she heard the Lord say this word. And when the Lord releases me too, I'll teach you on the word. And so I researched it and I looked it up. And it was so funny that what we think in our minds without studying is that a word would mean one thing, but biblically and scripturally and prophetically, it will mean something else. So I say all that to encourage you that when the Lord gives you a vision or a dream and you don't understand it, before calling someone to interpret it, ask the Lord who he would have you to speak to, or who he would have you to call, or who he would have you to talk to. Ask them to pray on your behalf, right? With you or for you. And to ask God to give you revelation, because he's going to reveal it to his prophets. That's the word. That's what he said. And you can even give God his word back to him. God, it's written in your word that you do nothing in the earth realm without first revealing it to your prophets, your servants, the prophets. So God, reveal it to the prophet that you would lead me to, and bless me to inquire of them. And I'm not talking about when Saul went to dig up the witches at Endor. I'm not talking anything about witchcraft. So if you hear me say this and you're a new believer and it sounds strange to you, I say seek the word first and then you'll have an understanding. Ask God to make it clear for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and now we're gonna glue this pair down, and I've set out some cute little puffs in different colors. So look. And aren't they precious? So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do any of the little ones on here, if I'm just going to do all big ones. I think I want to do this pair with all big puffs because this is such a large diameter of the earring. So we're going to do that. I'm also wishing that I would have had another bag of puffs. I'm like, oh, why do I only have this one thing of puffs? I think because I had used these on two other pair of earrings. No, I used them on one other pair of earrings, and then I let my 14-year-old hold a bag of puffs. I don't know what she did with them. It's no telling what they are glued to. Because she loves to make stuff. She's an artist for sure. And I love that about her. So let's put this down. And then I'm not sure of the design that I want to make. Those are so cute. So let's glue them on here, and then I'm gonna see if I want to add some little ones or not. And then I can also, you know, we can add stones on here, like glue rhinestones to the puffs. We can add chains. I mean, we don't have to just add the puffs and stop there. So what I'm gonna do is after they dry, on the bases is then look and see what else we could potentially add to jazz them up. These are so cute. You make me happy. Is that not adorable? So around the edges, I feel like we could even do glitter glue and do like some gold edging or what have you. I think I want to take this one off because it's not as fluffy as that one. I think this one's going to be fluffier, so I want them to match in their fluff. So then I wanted to decide, do I want to add any of these little pieces? So I think what I'm going to do is add some little puffs around. And then let's do a puff at the bottom. I don't know what color I'm going to do though. Do we want to do an orange? Let's do an orange. One thing I love is I look at jewelry sites sometimes on Instagram, and I love looking at cultural jewelry designers. So I've seen some like Mexican earring designers, and theirs are super cute. They use a lot of these puffs and yarn and things like that in their design that are really pretty. So that's a great place to go for inspiration as well. Let's do a green one up here. I know it's pushing the envelope where it might come off the edge a little bit, but prayerfully after it dries, it'll stay on there. So like I said, I do have an idea to put some bling on here, maybe, I'm not sure. It's just gonna depend on what they look like after they dry. So what I'm gonna do is squeeze just a little bit more glue along where the puffs are. Just to make sure it adheres well. Oh crap, I got some that oozed out on the little pink puff down there. I might not get to use that one again. I'm just doing that to make sure that we have a good adhesion once it dries. So let's push everybody out. Make sure everybody's looking symmetrical. I'm joking around. Let's hold it up and see. Are those not the cutest or what? So those look so adorable with a sweater for the fall. So I'm gonna sit them to the side. Let me just make sure. So that little yellow puff over there was a little bit larger than that one, so I had to slide this one over some. Okay, so now we have one more. Oh yeah, so the clear glue, I just tried to move a little pink puff up there that had gotten glue on it. It had already started to dry, so it does dry rather quickly. So let's see, do we want to do, let's do something with the red puffs. Even though I'm not a fan of red per se, you know that about me if you watch my videos. Let's see how many of the little ones we have left. We still have another blue ball, we have another pink one, we have plenty of black and red. That purple one kind of came apart, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to use that one or not. Okay, so I know that we want to do something with the red, only because we don't have a lot of red or any red on the other ones. So we can put that one there. They're so cute. And then do we want pink to go with the red? Or do we want blue? I don't know. Because that kind of covers everything up, right? When we put the blue up there. And the red kind of doesn't go because there's more pinks and blues and yellows in here. So we might not get to use the red ones. We may have to kick the red to the curb. It's not looking so great to me. I don't know, does that make sense? Like, I'm not a fan. And that little pink puff is not cooperating. So I think we're gonna take that one off. Let me get this design down, we'll be right back. Okay, so another thing I was thinking is that you could even add, I'm just gonna put these kind of down the center, but you could even add eyeballs to these. I mean, I know some people dress up for Halloween. Some people do cosplay. My daughter did cosplay for Library Con. I can't remember who she was though, but it was the cutest outfit. We ordered it from Amazon, and then we ordered a wig and an outfit. It was appropriate for a teenager, whatever it was. It was really cute. And because I had done hair, I was like, Lord, let me get my hair skills up. And we did the wig perfectly. So when she went to Library Con, everybody was like, oh my gosh, Vegeta. It wasn't Vegeta, but whatever the little animated character's name was. Everybody knew who she was. It was like, well, she was in her happy place element. So that's the part that's kind of not great about the coronavirus, is all the like Comic-Con and things that people love, getting together with their friends and dressing up, teenagers and adults alike. You know, haven't necessarily gotten to do the things they want to do as a group because just the virus has shut that down. But I believe that we'll be coming to the end of it soon. And I'm really, you know, of course, all the lives that we've lost, but thank God for all the lives that have been saved as well. And those that have been changed through this experience, because we've definitely had to learn to do things a different way as a society and as a world. So anyway, look how cute these came out. These are simple. So again, I'm gonna add something probably to them after they dry. But these are the 3 pair we've created. Let's come back and take a look at them. Let me put them all down here and I'll be right back. So OMG, how cute are these? I hope you would take the time to make some. I'm gonna let them dry, and then we'll put the hooks on them. But they, to me, came out so super cute. I'm definitely gonna keep a pair for myself. They're lightweight. They're so easy to make from some simple materials. I'm gonna put some extra glue around those just so the little puffs don't come off. But that's what they look like. Thank you for joining me again on this tutorial. I'll pray you'll join me for the next one. I have no clue what I'm gonna make next, but I know it's gonna be super cute and you're gonna love it. Okay, so God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, please, and thank you. And definitely share it and invite other people. I love you guys. Hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you.